This is the one that everybody envisions when they think of living in Kailua. We're starting with the neighborhood called Coconut Grove. Location, 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 and I hate saying that. This is a neighborhood you would live in if you weren't so much concerned about being in proximity to the beach. Today we're back in Kailua. This is a little different of a video. We're not gonna do so much tour guide. It's still gonna be pretty, but we're focusing more on a deep dive into the numbers, into the price trends, into what it's really like to buy a house here in Kailua and to actually live here. If there's anything Ko or I can do for you, if you're looking for representation, you can get in touch with us through the links in the description box or reach out to us at info@dwellhawaii.com. You can of course leave us a comment right here, but if you're looking for a deeper discussion with regards to anything that we share today, get in touch with us by emailing us directly. Before we dive deep into some of the Kailua neighborhoods, let's do a high-level overview of the Oahu real estate market and do a little bit of a comparison between the city of Kailua as it stands up against the Oahu real estate market. Currently, the median price on Oahu is $1.145 million. That's up 4% from last year. The number of sales is down about 0.4%, so really not that much. Homes are still kind of like selling just as well as they did the year previous. List to sales price ratio is 98.5%. Now that's not to be confused with what's going on in Kailua. This is island wide. So, I mean, this is Ewa Beach, this is Waipahu, this is Mililani, this is every city on the island is coming in at 98.5%. So if you're looking in other areas of the island, there are some slight deals to be had by way of seller concessions. Usually this is happening either when a home has been on the market beyond the average days on market. Average days on market on the island right now is about 22 days. So homes are still selling relatively quickly. It's the condo market that is seeing a bit of a depression. So if a home has been on the market for a little while, you know you can go in with a lower than list price, not much lower. But usually what we advise is, try to get the house and then get in there and get to know it, give yourself an opportunity. Sometimes sellers are offering seller concessions, especially in neighborhoods like Ewa Beach. We can dive a little bit deeper into that, but let's talk now about Kailua. The median price in Kailua is $1.679 million. It's 30% higher than the Oahu median price. This is pretty typical. Kailua pretty much performs this way all the time ever since. List to sales price ratio is 100%, so not a lot of deals to be had in Kailua. Days on market here is 14 days. Number of sales is up 1%, and the price is also up 1%. Current active inventory in Kailua, there's 70 homes on the market right now. 29 homes are listed under $2 million. 30 homes are $2.5 million and up. 19 homes are $5 million and up, with the highest listing currently tapping out at $50 million. And just to give you an idea of what that is, that's at a neighborhood called Beachside. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we get into the neighborhood called Kuulei Tract. Beachside is a neighborhood that's along Kalaheo Avenue. So, I mean, we're talking like right on the beach. This $50 million listing is 13,000 square feet. It has 10 bedrooms. It's on a 60,000 square foot lot, and it was a 2001 build. Kailua continues to be like the dream neighborhood. Most people who want to live in Hawaii dream about this experience right here. White sandy beach, gentle trade winds. Talking about wind, when I take people to see homes along beachside, we'll often take like the public beach access just to see the proximity of the house to the beach. And the question that always comes up is it always this windy? And I'm like, yeah, it is. You're on the east side of the island. Trade winds blow east to west. So you're gonna get this constant kind of breeze against your house. But one other thing to note is that you kind of don't want these trade winds to go away, because this is what keeps you from feeling that 70% humidity If you're a morning person, we've said this in our high-level living in Kailua video, and if you want to know more about like the lifestyle of Kailua, that's a great video to watch. We have a Lani Kai one as well. In this video, we're really just like talking about like stats and figures, but I've talked about how if you're a morning person, Kailua is going to be the place that you want to live in. You won't see a sunset here. The sun is going to disappear behind the Ko'olau Mountains like around 5 o'clock in the winter. It doesn't get dark by any means. Our sun right now is setting around 6:30. We don't have daylight savings time here, but you're gonna find that if you're somebody that wants more daylight, Kailua isn't really gonna serve you in that way. But if you're somebody that loves to get up in the morning and go for a walk, Kailua is gonna be the neighborhood for you. This is the place where people get up, walk the beach. You know, like I live in Hawaii Kai, I'm close to the water there, but you have to kind of like, it's an effort to get to the beach there. Here, if you live like 2, 3, 4 blocks from the beach, it's no problem. It's flat, you're gonna ride a bike easily, you're gonna go out and walk your dog, you're gonna come to the beach and have a wonderful day. We're starting with the neighborhood called Coconut Grove. Now here the median price is about 1.4 million. You're looking at about $1,069 price per square foot. These houses, the characteristics of them are more like cottages, single wall construction, post and pier foundation. These are built on sand, so it's kind of nice to have that post and pier foundation because things shift and move and it's really easy to shim them up and to get underneath the house and to do construction. A lot of flippers love the homes in this area. You can count on not having a garage for the most part, but if you see enclosed garages around here, these have been added after the fact. But with the open carport type of situation, you're gonna have a lot of cars on the street. You're gonna have a lot of stuff in the carports that you'll be able to see. Sometimes you'll see like blue tarps covering up people's things. And so you're really gonna have to be okay with kind of living among a little bit more density. These houses here are typically like 1,200 square feet. That's being a little bit generous, actually. You'll find a lot of homes that are like within the 1,000 square foot range. If you find anything under 1.4 million, it's typically gonna be like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. This is one of those neighborhoods where like location, 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 and I hate saying that, really rings true. This is where Kailua like lives and dies by that saying. You're not gonna get a whole lot of house for your money. You're gonna be close to your neighbors. It's gonna feel a little bit more congested, but you are going to be in Kailua, a little bit more of an entry-level type of price point. Of course, you're gonna get the lifestyle. You're gonna be able to drive really easily to the beach, or rather like ride a bicycle. This is the neighborhood where you'll see kids riding the bike with the boogie board under the arm. Right now, we're about 4 blocks from the beach, but Coconut Grove extends a little further inland from where we are currently. So if you think that $1.5 million is a lot of money and you want to come and live your beach dream in Kailua, you know, we're here to kind of reframe your thinking a little bit and give you a realistic view of what that really means living here in Kailua. Now we're in a neighborhood called Enchanted Lake. If you're in the $1.5 million and above range, this is a neighborhood you would look to. This or Keolu Hills, or another neighborhood called Pohakupu, which we've featured houses in that neighborhood in our other videos, in our Kailua video, and I believe our Circle Island Tour video, and maybe even in our $2 million homes video. So Enchanted Lake, the median price is 1.8 million. It's a bit more inland. This is a neighborhood you would live in if you weren't so much concerned about, you know, being in proximity to the beach. This is a place that if you wanted a bigger house, a bigger lot, the lots here are about 7,500 square feet. These homes were built in the 1960s primarily. They are slab on grade. They're not going to be that post and pier foundation. They're not going to be single wall construction. Here you're going to find more double wall construction. You'll find houses here with pools. There's an interesting characteristic to Enchanted Lake because it is kind of a big area. It's a little bit hard to get to. Like, you really have to kind of know what streets to turn on to get into this neighborhood. The streets get a little bit wider. You've got sidewalks as opposed to what we just saw in Coconut Grove, where it's more congested and cars are kind of parked all over the street. People who live in Enchanted Lake, like if they're out talking and they say where they live, Kailuaans will know to ask, well, are you on the golf course side or are you on the lake side? Like, which part of Enchanted Lake do you live in? Homes here can go up to the $2.5 million range just because they do get bigger if they've got views of the water, or if they're on the golf course, of course, they're gonna get a little bit more expensive. Homes here sell at 100% list to sales price ratio, and that's actually kind of true for all of Kailua. Maybe some areas of Kailua are gonna be 99%, but here it's still a very sought after area, just a quiet neighborhood. You would move in here if you've got maybe kids that you wanna ride bikes in like cul-de-sacs and feel this like sense of safety, and if you want to be a little bit more suburban living in Kailua. Finally, we're in a neighborhood that I feel like this is the one that everybody envisions when they think of living in Kailua. This is Kuulei Tract. Another neighborhood that looks a lot like this is Kalama Tract. Kalama Coconut is another neighborhood that's very similar, where you've got these flat lots, you've got wider streets, it's much quieter, it's a lot less dense, you see a lot less cars parked all over the place. The lots themselves are generally 10,000 square feet. These homes were typically built in the 1950s, post-World War II. They have this mid-century modern meets tropical Hawaiian plantation type of vibe. You'll still see a lot of the homes that were built with that original construction. A lot of single-level homes. These houses are so competitive. We've been in this neighborhood quite a bit with our clients, competing for home after home. And I'm telling you, like, going $100,000 over asking, going $200,000 over asking, and finding out that there's like 8 to 11 offers, 4 of which are all cash, 2 of which the buyers are buying it sight unseen. It's a really interesting neighborhood to try to buy a house in. You kind of have to approach it like, I just want the house and this is what I'm willing to pay for it, rather than, Mila and Koa, what do you think we should bid on this house? It's like, it's a tough conversation sometimes, because I'm just like, how much are you willing to pay? Like, let's just put that very best foot forward. Our job is to get that house, and then let's inspect, let's give ourselves the opportunity to get in there and really understand the home, scope the sewer. That's a very important thing. As you'll see here, there's a lot of mature trees lining the streets. And being that these houses were built in the 1950s, the sewer pipes are old, they're cast iron. And so we just did a sewer scope today on a house that our clients are in escrow on, and we found out that there's quite a bit of work ahead of them. But typically, again, you're gonna find with buyers that want to live in this neighborhood, that want these houses, are gonna put forth the money and the effort to go ahead with the renovation. And so we're kind of helping our clients manage that within reason, because we're not project managers, but we certainly want to help connect you with our resources and utilize our good relationships. You're going to notice that these houses have front yards and they have backyards. Lots of opportunity to put a swimming pool in. If you're looking to put a pool in, you can count on starting at $200,000 just to dig the hole. So houses that have pools are highly desirable. This neighborhood typically is 2 million and up, but let's call it like 2.4 million and up, because even if you see something that's listed at around 2.2, it's typically gonna bid up. These houses sell at 101% of their list price. They usually go under contract within 7 days. Usually you'll see it on the MLS as going into escrow in like 20 days, but that's after the contract has been negotiated. That's after all 11 offers have come in and are being reviewed. I have a lot to say about this neighborhood, so bear with me. These houses were occupied by like post-World War II officers. So a lot of these families have been in this community for decades, and then they come up for sale only because parents have passed away, kids have all moved to the mainland, 3 or 4 kids are kind of like managing the estate. You know, one kid just like doesn't want to sell the house, the other 2 kids are like, I just want my money. And so there's just a lot of emotion that goes into this as well. What else can I tell you about these houses? A lot of people who move into this neighborhood are ones that are somewhat sensitive to flood zones, sea level rise, like they want to be close to the beach. The beach right now is just like a block away. Right down the street here is Kalaheo Avenue. Kalaheo Avenue also turns into the beachside neighborhood, so that's where once you get close to the beach or on the beach, prices double and triple. So if you're in that $2.5 million range, you like being able to walk to the beach, you like quiet, you want a bit more space, you don't mind an older house, you're up for a little bit of a renovation, this is probably going to be the neighborhood for you. This is, although I'm going to warn you, this is the neighborhood that like almost everybody who wants to live in Kailua wants to live in. This information today is usually reserved for a private conversation, either on the phone or over Zoom, or when you contact us through info@dwellhawaii.com. But I don't know, I felt like it would be really important just to share it on a video, because I know that there are people who watch our videos a lot who are really considering a purchase or even selling their home. Thought it would be fun to be a little less tour guide and a little bit real estate forward. So if you liked this video today, please give us a like. Give us a comment in the comment section as well. Maybe even let us know what neighborhood you'd like to see next or what you're interested in seeing. Thank you so much for watching. Please reach out to Koa or me if we can help represent you with real estate here in Hawaii.